sight of his impending execution, there a post had been prepared for him. Tyndale was chained to the post, strangled to death, and then his body burned before the onlooking crowd. His crime? Tyndale struggled to reconcile the teachings of the church with his own studies of the Bible. William Tyndale died with his faith intact that the Bible is the Word of God.
William Tyndale was the first person to seek to translate the Bible from the original languages into English.
Tyndale was born in the late 15th century. He was born in the area of Gloucestershire, but had a chance to go to Oxford and became a priest.
In the 15th century, there was a lot of resistance to the idea that the Word of God could just simply be accessible by the general people.
People knew the Latin Bible from church, which was interpreted by the priest for them. They never had direct access to the Bible themselves.
Tyndale was not allowed to do this translation in England. He went to the Bishop of London asking for his permission to translate the New Testament from the Greek, the original text, into English, but was not given that permission.
Such was the opposition to Bible translation that Tyndale later wrote there was no place to do it in all England. And so with the help of merchants sympathetic to his cause, Tyndale fled to Germany, where he could more easily work on his English translation of the New Testament. By 1525, his translation was complete and ready to be printed. The British Library in London holds the answer to what happened next. Dr. Karen Limper-Hertz, a lead curator at the library, is going to help us find out.
So we're looking at a unique copy of the first edition of Tyndale's New Testament, printed in Cologne in 1525. The Cologne fragment is the only known copy of what exists of Tyndale's first edition of the New Testament. The fact that it is a fragment shows that it was a dangerous thing to do. The printer had too much to drink and mentioned that he was printing this pro-Lutheran English New Testament for somebody called William Tyndale. The authorities found out about it and the printer was raided. Tyndale and his partners ran, and this is all that survives today, and they went down the Rhine a bit further to Worms. So the fact they didn't get much further than part way through Matthew is quite indicative of how dangerous it was.
The first complete